Hello, I'm Armin Budish. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, it's a dream come true. At 88, she's become a media star. We'll meet our newest local celebrity. Too settled in on the sofa? It's time to spring into action to better your back. Plus, create a smile that's fit for a king and dad, too. And avoid costly traps when you inherit an IRA.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. A star is born, but she wasn't born yesterday. At 88, Ruth Eisner is the latest TV sensation, making her debut in a national commercial. And Sherry Gavenditti is here. She helped make this dream come true. Ruth lives at R.H. Myers, part of the Menora Park campus, and Sherry's in marketing at Menora Park. Thank you both for coming in and joining me today. All right, so Ruth, let's start with you. How were you discovered?
Well, I live at Myers Apartment, R.H. Myers Apartments in Beechwood, and I went to a tenants association meeting, and Stuart Collins stood up and said, "Does anybody want to sign the dream team? Do you have a dream?" I said, "Yes, I have a dream. I would like to be in commercials or extras in TV or movie parts like my son Perry Eisner does in New York." So he said, "Fine." So a few days later, Sherry came over and she took a tape of it and she put it on YouTube. And about a week later, I got a call from Safe Auto saying they're going to have a commercial where they need an older woman like me. Would I like to audition for it? I said, sure.
And what was the commercial? Tell us what you actually did in it.
What I did with it? Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. I was in a grocery store, and I was just ready to put my basket down, and these three boys jump in front of me. I got so angry. I gave the basket to the woman behind me, and I said, "Would you hold my basket, honey?" And I went, ka-ching! And I beat all three of those guys up one at a time and threw them out of the grocery store.
Oh, that's great. And we have actually a clip if you go to our website, and we'll be able to, our viewers will be able to see that. Sherry, let me ask you, the Dream Team at Menora Park made this dream come true. What's the Dream Team?
Well, it's in existence for about 6 years, and the Hortense Meyer and Eden and David Rosenberg funds help make it possible. When a resident comes to Menora Park campus, and any of our residents is there, we like to ask them, is there something that you haven't done, that you have a dream, maybe still on your bucket list, that you feel like you would like to do? And basically, we have fulfilled over 500 dreams.
Wow.
Just since its existence, and then others too that haven't gotten as much attention. It may be a dream as big as a trip to Israel. It may be something, we have residents who are artists who wanted a gallery showing, they got that. We have a woman who wanted to go up in a helicopter, and just last week, TJ Precision Choppers took them up in a helicopter. And so you never know what the dream's going to be.
All different kinds of dreams. Why is it important to help people as they get older fulfill those dreams?
Well, it's never too old to stop dreaming, number one. And on Menora Park campus, we feel like it helps their wellness, their well-being, their happiness. And that's our number one priority, is to make sure that they get to fulfill their dreams.
Ruth, fulfilling your dream, was it what you expected?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. I got a call from Channel 5. I was on a couple of radio commercials, and I'm here at Golden Opportunities, a very popular program.
And I understand you're on billboards now. 17 states across the country, I'm on a billboard. It's unbelievable. Nice dream fulfilled, isn't it?
It really is. I have to thank R.H. Myers and Safe Auto and you and everybody for making this dream come possible.
And Sherry, dreams still on the list? Are there some that still go?
We have one person wants to meet Kevin Costner.
Oh.
We have someone who would like, well, we had a spa day. Other things we have right now, group trip to Israel. We have several people who want to do that.
That's great.
And it just goes on and on.
It's so wonderful. Well, thank you both. It's really great that your dreams can still be fulfilled.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So dreams can come true. It was Ruth's dream to be a TV star, and she is. And it was our dream to have her on the show, and she is. My thanks to Ruth and to Sherry for showing us that you're never too old to dream.
Learn more by calling Menorah Park at 216-831-6500 or visit their website www.menorahpark.org. Next, building our backbone. But first, ever wondered who gave birth to the concept of celebrating dads? We can thank Sonora Louise Smart Dodd for being the mother of Father's Day. She came up with this idea as a way to honor her dear old dad. But why was June the favored month? Mum's the word until we return.
We're Gateway Title, keeping life simple. We can make it simple. We've got everything you need. See how easy selling your home can be. We're Gateway Title. We're keeping life simple.
We favor our fathers in June because the founding mother's father marked this month for his birthday. So happy birthday to him and happy Father's Day to you.
Remember that physics lessons, a body in motion remains in motion, a body at rest remains at rest? Well, it turns out that body can also mean our body. Dr. Noel Abood is here to put this idea into motion for us, and he won't rest until he's done. Dr. Abood is with the Soul and Spine and Wellness Center. Thanks for joining us, Doctor.
Thanks.
All right, so what does that scientific principle have to do with us?
Well, think about a river that's stagnant, the water, it develops mold and bacteria, but a running river is free of bacteria. So our bodies are the same way. They were designed to move, to run, to jump, to lift. But so often as we age, we end up just becoming more sedentary, sitting down and just not moving as much.
And you've talked about flexibility and the critical importance of flexibility. Tell us about that.
It's so critical. And I always tell our patients this. Think of a branch on a tree. In the winter, you break it, and the branch just breaks. But in the summer, it's pliable. So the people that I see that are the most healthy in my practice, that are in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, they're the ones that routinely have some sort of stretching routine that they're doing every day. It might be 10 minutes only, but it's some disciplined stretching routine over the years.
And that's important. We have to keep moving is really
Right.
the answer, or else we become like that branch in the winter and we snap. Or
Exactly. It really more so true than you'd think.
All right, so you've mentioned flexibility, stretching. Water also comes into play.
And the nerves travel through our body, and they're electrical impulses. And so you would never stand in water and plug in an electrical appliance because that conducts electricity. So if we don't have enough water in our bodies, then our nerves won't flow well. And when the nerves don't flow well, that causes problems.
All right, so flexibility, exercise, or at least stretching, drinking lots of water, staying hydrated, all very important to keeping our whole body healthy, but especially our backs, which is what you see all the time is back problems. If we haven't followed these tips, if we have become like that brittle branch and now we're stiff and inactive, what's our solution?
I think today, starting today, you can begin turning that around, whether it's getting on a regime. We spend time with our patients showing them different exercises that they can do at home on a daily basis to do that. But of course, sometimes it's gotten so bad they need more intervention. And that's the specialty that we do in our practice. It's called lumbar decompression. It's a table that stretches you and it pulls blood into the disc. And once blood gets in there, that brings oxygen. And oxygen starts to heal that damaged disc. So if they have stenosis or disc degeneration, you can really see that the body can be in healing.
What is that we're looking at right now?
That's a disc bulge or a disc protrusion. And as the body starts healing, you can see on the graphic that it starts to seal up that red portion. Now this is a typical picture of an arthritic back. You know, see how the space is beginning to grow. If we can pull blood into the area, it can grow.
And
now that's a disc bulge or a disc herniation. That yellow thing is the nerve that goes down into the legs, sometimes into the rear end. Patients feel it. And you feel like you have to stand in that forward flexion, like kind of in the leaning over a grocery cart when you're at the store, because that takes pressure off that inflamed nerve.
So we've seen some of these problems, and this lumbar decompression is a way to, does it actually heal it, fix it?
To some degree, it brings blood in, and if we get blood in, the body can repair itself. I'm not saying it'll go from no disc to a full disc, but we've seen on MRIs before they started care and MRIs at the end that you can actually see the disc growth come back.
All right, so what your practice is involved with is helping people once they have these problems, but of course your advice is try to avoid the problems in the first place,
Yes.
Stay flexible, be out there, and keep hydrated.
You're right, exactly.
All right, Doctor, thanks again for all the great information. We appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
The notion of keeping your body in motion is a good one. If you need help to get started, give Dr. Abboud a call. His number is up next.
To find out more, call the Solon Spine and Wellness Center at 440-248-5070 or visit www.solonbackpain.com. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. There's no place like gnomes. This summer at the Holden Arboretum, gnomes are making themselves at home. 20 life-sized gnomes created by various local artists will settle into secluded spots throughout the gardens. To find your way, gnome, call 440-946-4400 or visit this web address, www.holdenarb.org.
Lace up those KEDs or PF flyers. There's a unique program that puts your feet in motion, and it could benefit it could be a benefit for you that you already have, but you weren't aware of. This is very important. There's a benefit out there that you may not know of. Lisa Thompson from Healthways, a health improvement company, is here to put us through the paces of silver sneakers. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And you have silver sneakers on your sweater. What is Silver Sneakers?
Silver Sneakers is the nation's leading exercise program designed specifically for older adults. And it provides members the opportunity to work out at no additional cost. It's a benefit with some health insurance plans, so they get a free basic membership, as well as all of our signature classes that are specialized for an older population.
And when you say health insurance plans, you're talking about, a lot of our viewers are on Medicare, and they go out, and as they should, and get a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan. Would this program, Silver Sneakers, be part of their Medicare supplement insurance?
Exactly. It's with one of those supplements, either the Advantage plan or just a Medicare supplement. So it's a benefit that they get with the insurance plan already. So as they're searching for a different plan, if they're considering changing or just entering the Medicare market, looking for a product that includes Silver Sneakers, gives them that free gym membership right off the bat.
All right, a free gym. I want to make sure I understand this. So, you know, a lot of people go out and spend a lot of money on health clubs and fitness facilities. They can get that membership for free under this plan.
Correct.
And all they need is the right health supplement, health insurance plan.
Exactly. So with the right insurance plan, they take currently, they would take their health insurance card with them to one of our participating locations, show them that insurance card, they sign a little paperwork, and there's no additional cost.
What are some of the participating health plan, the facilities, you know, like the gyms?
Right, so some of the facilities that we work with in the greater Cleveland area, all of the greater Cleveland area YMCAs are participating locations.
Okay.
Our two urban actives in Crocker and Legacy. We have all the FitWorks in the greater Cleveland market. We have several city recreation departments, Middleburg Heights, Twinsburg, Seven Hills, Broadview Heights. Curves is available to ladies as one of the benefits as well.
And all of this is free under the Medicare supplement plan?
With the right insurance plan, it is at no additional cost.
Now, there's often people who go to get involved in classes as well. Are the classes part of the program? Are those also free?
Excellent question. We have Silver Sneaker branded classes that are offered for free with anyone who's a Silver Sneakers member.
Okay.
Many of our locations include all of their fitness programs free with their basic membership, which is what our Silver Sneakers are, basic members. So each location's a little different, but every Silver Sneakers branded class is going to be free to a Silver Sneakers
What kinds of
member.
classes are we talking about?
Our introductory classes are muscular strength and range of motion. And as Dr. Abood said, sometimes as we age, we stiffen up a little bit. And that muscular strength and range of motion class is the perfect place to start for those who have never worked out or haven't worked out in a while. It's a chair-based class. It uses handheld weights, bands, and balls for resistance training. You can do the whole class in the chair. So if you have restrictive limitations, you could do the whole class sitting right in the chair.
Wow.
And progress to standing. So we work with all fitness levels in that particular class.
What kind of reaction do participants have when they go through this?
Some of our members are a little cautious to get started. You know, they walk into a fitness center or a gym setting, and they've never been in there before. But generally, once they get into our classes, they look around and they see somebody they know, maybe from church or from the grocery store, and then they just kind of become part of a family, and it becomes their social group that they kind of hang out with.
And I want to make sure you're going to be at the zoo.
I will be at the Cleveland Senior Safari
All right.
on June 24th and also in August. And we're going to have 2 demonstrations, that muscular strength range of motion. We're going to do a little demo of that class.
Great.
And we'll also do a yoga demonstration, stretching, flexibility, breath control. So you could try those classes in a really non-threatening environment and enjoy the zoo at the same time.
Great information. Thank you very much for joining me
Thank
today.
you.
You may have a free membership in a gym or health club and not even know it. Get fit for free. To find out more, go to your phone and give this number a workout, 1-877-244-2452, or click to www.silversneakers.com. My thanks to Lisa Thompson of Healthways for fitting in all this information.
Next, what makes Dad smile? It's time to get up and go. An exercise minute on golden opportunities.
Hi, I'm Mike Harbin from Breakout Fitness, and today we're going to do an overhead extension to work the tricep area of our arms. This is going to help us get in and out of chairs and things like that. You ready to go, Armand?
I am ready.
We each got a dumbbell. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our arms straight in the air. We want the bicep to be right next to our ear. Beautiful. Now all we're going to do is we're going to let it drop down behind the head to about a 90-degree angle before returning it straight back up to the starting position. Try to keep your arm as straight as possible the whole time, down and up to the starting position. Very good.
Very important. Do not hit your head.
Do not hit your head, absolutely, yes. And if you let the dumbbell cradle in your hand, it is a little easier for you to get that dumbbell up, straight up and down. Let it cradle, looking good, good posture, straight up and down. All right, Armand's got it, and now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, please send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 23240 Chagrin Boulevard, Suite 450, Beechwood, Ohio, 44122.
It's Father's Day, a day that brings a smile to every father's face. But if dear old Dad isn't smiling as much as he used to, maybe our next guest can help. No, he's not a stand-up comic, though his work has made many in our audience smile. He's dentist and dad, Steve Marsh. Thanks for joining us, Steve.
Thank you, and happy Father's Day to you as well.
Thank you. Do real men visit the dentist?
Well, they visit the dentist, but unfortunately not as much as we would like them to. Men tend to avoid things, as you know, you're a guy. And sometimes it takes the wife to bring the husband in, or they wait till it hurts, which is really too long. And as you may or may not know, men aren't as good about dental hygiene as their wives are. Oftentimes wives are better about flossing and brushing.
So is that it? Is it dental hygiene? Is that the
dental hygiene
problem?
is a big part of it. Another thing is stress. A lot of people grind their teeth. Teeth wear out. Men aren't as attentive to some of the issues that they have. So all those things combine to having men's teeth break down more often, earlier, and that sort of thing.
And what does this mean for people's smiles?
It doesn't work out. They wear their teeth down, and stress is one of the biggest problems. And we have a patient here who is actually in the banking business. And in his before, you can see how his teeth had worn, and finally his wife dragged him in and said, "I look across the table at you, you don't look very good." He also wasn't eating as well, and so we ended up doing porcelain crowns in the back and porcelain veneers. We straightened out his smile and gave him a beautiful look. The other problem that we see a lot of today is sleep apnea, especially with men, especially men who are stocky, have trouble breathing. This is a patient who had worn his teeth down. Again, his wife brought him in, said, "You're a terrific guy, but I'd like to see your teeth." And again, we had to take care of him by building those teeth up with crowns and veneers, gave him a beautiful smile, also made him a device that helps with the sleep apnea, because after you restore the mouth, we also have to maintain it. And that's really important, whether it's grinding from stress or sleep apnea, so we made him a guard.
So dads have a lot of problems with various things, not taking care of themselves with their teeth, the sleep apnea, the stress, the grinding, but there is hope for dads.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you've allowed me to bring to the greater Clevelanders, is how we can restore these teeth, and whether it's for a function or if it's, it could be because a child is getting married, that sort of thing. And we brought some pictures of those patients who we've treated.
Good.
We thought this would be a salute to dads, if you will. A patient who was, again, in a very stressful job. You mentioned he took care of himself, or his family before himself. He had worn his lower teeth done. He had old dentistry done on the top, and we restored those with new porcelain crowns. We got rid of that metal line, and then had to rebuild his teeth. We actually had to rebuild his entire mouth in order to give him that absolutely beautiful smile. And here's, I mentioned fathers getting ready for events. He came to me right before his daughter's wedding, and he said, you know, my wife's not happy, my kids aren't happy, and so what can we do? And he gave me about a month and a half to do that. We did just 4 porcelain veneers in the upper front, reshaped his bottom teeth to give him that father's smile that looked so good. And another father who came right before his daughter's wedding, you can see that tooth in the front had moved out over the time. He had neglected his teeth, as you alluded to before, and we did a porcelain bridge and gave him a beautiful white smile, and after the wedding sent me some wedding pictures to show me how he looked. And in this case, this is a patient who had lost teeth again because of neglect. Those are implants or implant abutments on the left arm, and those are restored with all porcelain crowns. So it's either from neglect or, as you said, men sometimes aren't as attentive. But for whatever reason, once they come in, what's beautiful about today's dentistry is we can give them the smile they've always wanted. Certainly, dads deserve that.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that very much.
My pleasure, Armin.
All right. Every dad is deserving of a beautiful smile, and dad and dentist Steve Marsh, he can help. Give him a call. His number's up next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, avoid costly traps when you inherit an IRA.
Welcome to Breckenridge Village, a continuing care retirement community conveniently located in historic Willoughby, Ohio. Whether it's a luxury apartment, a spacious ranch home, or newly built brownstones, it's all here with the added security of knowing more care is available when you need it. Breckenridge Village offers an exciting and upbeat lifestyle, and the food is fabulous, and our staff makes you their #1 priority. Learn more about Breckenridge Village and come see our new Veal Wellness and Aquatic Center.
Everyone deserves a second chance, so if you missed any of the phone numbers we gave, we're giving you a second chance to write them down right now. Get a pen and paper, because we're going to list all the phone numbers from our guests again. And then I'll be back to tell you what to do with an inherited IRA. Your mom or dad named you as a beneficiary on their IRA. When he or she dies, how do you actually get the IRA? Do you just go to the bank and take the money out? Should you roll it into your own IRA? Here with all the answers is my law partner, Mike Solomon. Mike, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
All right, when you inherit an IRA, what should you do?
Well, the most important thing is, unless you desperately need the money, don't take it out in a lump sum. If you take it out in a lump sum, you're going to pay all that income tax at one time. probably move you into a higher tax bracket. So try to avoid that at all costs. And also, you can't roll an inherited IRA into your own IRA. It's not allowed. It's against the law, and it'll just cause you all sorts of tax problems.
All right, so you told us what not to do. Now tell us what we should do. How do we get the money?
Well, there are several rules for the payouts. One of the rules allows you to take the money out over a 5-year period. Now, the advantage of that is you're spreading the money out, so hopefully it won't be as bad a tax hit for you each year. And also, you get some tax-deferred growth. The other rule, if things are done properly, if you set up the IRA correctly, the amount get paid to the beneficiary, the person who inherits the IRA, over their life expectancy. That allows you a lot of tax-deferred growth over that period of time. So, for example, let's say you inherit an IRA when you're 50 years old. According to the IRS, you have a 33-year life expectancy. So the first year, you take out around 3%. And the rest still in the IRA, growing, hopefully growing each year, growing tax-deferred, and you do that for the 33-year period.
So the longer you have to take the money out, the more will continue to grow without taxes or tax-deferred.
That's right,
and
exactly.
That's better.
Yeah, you get all that tax-deferred compounding.
Can you just wait till? Can you wait till you're 70? Like we've heard this rule to take money out from an inherited IRA.
No, when an inherited IRA, you have to take out your first distribution by no later than the end of the year after the year the person passed away. The 70.5-year rule doesn't apply.
All right. Can you roll the inherited IRA into a Roth IRA?
Unfortunately, you can't do that. If you inherit an IRA, it stays an IRA. If you inherited a Roth IRA, though, it's continued as a Roth IRA, and when you pull the money out of the Roth each year, let's say, that's income tax free.
All right. So Dad died, left you as the beneficiary of an IRA you inherited. You go to the bank. What do you tell him?
Okay. Well, you go to the bank and you say, "Look, my father died. I'm the beneficiary of the IRA." You show them the right paperwork, and so they'll set up the account as Mr. Smith, the father, deceased, for the benefit of little Johnny Smith, that sort of thing.
So the father's name stays on the IRA even after he's gone?
That's right. Just it says deceased, so they know where it came from, and the beneficiary's name is attached to it, so they know who's getting it.
Where do you get more information on this?
There's a real good publication, IRS Publication 590. You can get it on the internet, and it really does a good job of laying out all the rules with IRAs. So take a look at that before you do anything, and contact maybe an estate planning attorney. Make sure you know what you're doing with an inherited IRA.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. When a loved one dies and leaves you an IRA, make sure you understand how to handle it. Mike's giving you the most important do's and don'ts. If you have any questions, do give Mike a call.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information, or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Until next week, please make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.